Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Reneen Ali, and I would like to welcome you to the 2025 Fall National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. At this time, I'd like to ask you all to please stand for the playing of the National Anthem. House and Holly will now light the candle of knowledge. In 1972, Winslow's National Honor Society named its chapter after a teacher of 43 years. Throughout her life, she displayed qualities that we, as members of this society, and those who are being inducted today strive to uphold: character, leadership, scholarship, and service. After a tragic car accident that took the lives of one of her siblings, the responsibility of raising her nieces and nephews fell upon her. Miss Evelyn Grindle was the English department chair, a class advisor, and an overseer to the publication, as well as a teacher who had command of the classroom. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of Winslow High School graduates who credit Miss Grindle for their knowledge of literature, grammar, and writing. Providing service was important to her, as she was a member of the VFW Women's Auxiliary and prided herself in the phrase, "To do more for the world than the world does for you." That is success. Leadership and scholarship qualities that are key pillars to being a well-rounded person. And now, 4 current members will speak in depth about these qualities. Sakura will speak on character.
Character. Character is one's moral qualities, unique to oneself, and the merit that one chooses to portray. The National Honor Society values qualities such as integrity, the ability to uphold moral principles consistently, perseverance, having a never-give-up attitude even in difficult situations, honesty, being truthful and sincere, generosity, the kindness and compassion given to others, respect, having courtesy towards others, ideals, lifestyles, and sense of being, responsibility, the ability to hold accountability in one's action and following through on commitments, and lastly, positivity, having an optimistic attitude and influencing others in a favorable manner. The pillars of the National Honor Society, scholarship, service, and leadership all begin with character. Your commitment to academics and other activities come from your perseverance. Your willingness to help others in your community comes from your generosity. Your aptitude to guide and mentor others comes from your sense of responsibility. The many qualities you display to represent these pillars spawn from your character. As a member of the National Honor Society, it's essential to exhibit the characteristics of an NHS scholar. Remind yourself, when all else fails, your character will shine through. I will now light the candle of character.
Aubrey will speak on leadership.
Leadership, one of the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society, is a vital part of becoming and being an active member and participant of the National Honor Society. Leadership comes in many forms and names, but one thing is certain. Leadership is about the ability to bring out the best in yourselves and others through the environment you create, your words, and your guiding presence. In the National Honor Society, this quality will be used constantly, whether you are working on our volunteer project or simply helping out with different events throughout the community. Each and every one of you is here tonight, sitting in front of this stage, because you have shown tremendous and consistent acts of leadership throughout your high school careers. During your time in the National Honor Society, and hopefully beyond high school, you will continue to exercise, enhance, and hone this skill, blossoming into leaders that truly make a difference in their communities. I will now light the candle of leadership.
Miley will speak on scholarship.
Tonight, I would like to talk to you about one of the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society, scholarship. As students, we are all too familiar with that word. However, it isn't very often that we take the time to truly consider what that word entails. Tonight, I would like to highlight a key component of scholarship that is not always recognized. Let's start from the beginning. Since we were put in school, 11 years now for the majority of us, we have been scholars. In those pre-K and kindergarten classrooms, our teachers were instilling in us good habits and the roots for what it means to be a well-rounded student. However, past a certain point, the responsibility of maintaining that reputation of a well-rounded student is passed on to us. At the close of elementary school, and especially in middle school, it becomes up to us as individuals to take what we had learned in those early years and decide where to use it, and if we will use it at all. Every person sitting in this room should be extremely proud of what they have chosen to do with those skills. Scholarship is about more than just showing up and doing your work. It comes down to lifelong commitment and a love of learning. Showing up, not just to be there, but because you know that we were taught how to be good students for a reason. Knowledge is power now more than ever, and your commitment to wanting to learn and wanting to put your best foot forward is applauded, and it is very well recognized by those around you. Scholarship is an array of all parts of your character that show that you care about yourself, others, and the future of our society. I will now light the candle of scholarship.
And now, Emily will speak on service. Service in the National Honor Society reflects a commitment to using one's time and abilities to strengthen the community and uplift others. It is more than volunteering. It is a mindset rooted in empathy, responsibility, and the understanding that every individual can make a difference. Through acts of service, members learn the value of collaboration and compassion. Service reminds us that leadership begins with helping others. True character is shown not in receiving recognition, but in the silent, consistent effort to better the world around us. Going forward in our lives, we must assume the essential responsibility of giving our time and effort to the community. It is the selfless acts of service that will continue to make the world a better place. I will now light the candle of service. At this time, we will hear the reading of the newest members of our chapter of the National Honor Society. Please hold your applause until all members have been announced.
Isabel Jagir. Paige Littlefield. Jocelyn Lizette. Kyle Petrovic. Lexi Reynolds. Lillian Stafford.
Every year, the members of the National Honor Society recite a pledge. Members and new inductees, please raise your right hand as we recite this pledge. I pledge to uphold
I pledge to uphold
the high purposes of the National Honor Society,
the high purposes of the National Honor Society,
to which I have been selected.
to which I have been selected.
I will be true to the principles for which it stands,
I will be true to the principles for which it stands,
and maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character.
high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the newest members of our society. Now, we would like to invite you all to join us in the Commons for refreshments and to celebrate the success of our new inductees. Thank you.